we're going to get started. I'm going to thank you all for being on the call and taking the time to be here. And we spend so much time going out and getting names and numbers. I know Mr. Payan over in Japan just lit the countryside on fire. And I follow fires in the globe, and along with some other stuff on my app. And I can always see where you've been, because always little fires started over there in Japan. So keep up the good work. But see, here it is, guys. So we get these new IBOs, and we spend a lot of time. Sometimes, let me help these people out here. Sometimes we spend a lot of time trying to get people qualified. Has anybody had that problem? Knuckleheads, you just started a business, and we'll say it's a grocery store business. And every time you see them, they're across the street where they used to always go shopping. Now they got their own grocery store right here in this, but they're across the street shopping at someone else's grocery store. Anybody else ever see those new IBOs? Anybody want to, besides me, want to strangle those new? Just kidding. I got you, Mr. Foster. I got you. I'm with you. So here it is. So want to bring in some Miss Collins. Good to see you, dear Miss Luann. Awesome. So want to talk about IDSeal, and because in all honesty, even with our own IBOs and some new people, I don't think people really understand how big this really is. They really don't. I mean, I still have issues trying to wrap my head around it, how big this is. Because when they first started, and I remember, like, we're going to get identity theft protection, and it's a $25, $26 billion industry. Have you guys heard those latest numbers? $100 billion industry. That's what we're in. 100 billion. Anybody want a piece of 100 billion? I think so. Mr. Kiko raising two hands and dancing. She even threw the dog in the air. So here it is. So when we're getting people qualified, and it's just one of those things, you have your own grocery store. Let's get our groceries from here, right? And don't be afraid to back people. I mean, sometimes if they're going to be hard-headed, either get a heart attack or give the takeaway. Maybe this isn't for you. Oh, what do you mean it's not for me? Take it away from them. But so we got some more people I'm trying to let in. We're losing people, we're getting people back. So then there's those people that see the business and know the business isn't for me, but can you be my customer? Right? We have those people that still won't be our customer. That's okay. So we're gonna go over some stuff that we're doing with IDSeal, and some ways of peaking people. And it's too hot. And the issue is we had somebody. So and this is a send out to you guys. So who's a part of a networking group already? Miss Luann, Miss Lynn, Miss Williams. Okay, guys. You got money in your city and someone else is coming in and taking it, and it's your money. Because I started a networking group, and here's who I've not really partnered with, but who I've basically kind of partnered with is a guy who sells, and no disrespect to my mother-in-law, old people's insurance. So he sells old people insurance, right? And he gets them set up. He takes care of them. Does a phenomenal job. He's a great guy. But what do those people need? Because they're all worried about getting sick, and he's referring them as customers, right? So, and if you know people who retired and kind of set in their ways, here's how it goes. We want IDSeal. No, hold off. No, get us. We needed that. No, hold off. No, get it. No, and it's just like, I'm putting the rope around my neck, and thank God I have a wife who's crazy patient. Well, she's with me, so I know she's got to be patient. Crazy patient, and she understands people's hearts. And the way she connected, and this is just one scenario, okay? Connected with this lady, but that still didn't get it because we went up and met with him, and that still didn't get him over the edge. But they're like, okay, we need this, we're going to do it. Okay, so we're going to go over some things to kind of help you guys, and you can use this with anybody. Okay, so especially those new IBOs. Those new IBOs should be signing up for IDSeal at least the monthly. Okay, you own a business. So the goal is to get our new IBOs paid, because if we get them paid into 5 customers, what happens? I got my first check. I want more. Okay, so leave with the IDSeal, and we can always, here, we got people still coming in here. People, we can always default to other services later. Okay, I'm going to kind of show you how that works. So bear with me, guys, because I got quite a few screens set up. So okay, so I gotta get, so Miss TJ, can you see that? Okay, all right, what's that? Yeah, right here. So I want to make sure, hold on, guys, I want to make sure I get this one.
Sir, I can see it, but it's very tiny.
Okay, I'm not ready yet. Hold tight. I'll get it bigger. Which one am I on? This one? So, all right, so we're gonna lead with the IDSeal thing. So, or IDSeal, because of how important it is for them to have and what it does for them. Some of the stuff, just a quarterly is what, 4 points? Yearly is 8? I mean, come on. What's not to like about that? So we use scripts for getting IDSeal customers, and we create value, and we use videos. Has anybody used the videos that are provided to us for their IDSeal customers? Miss Williams? If I don't see everybody's hand up right now, but you know, it's smart, okay? Really smart. So how about the YouTube clips? Anybody use YouTube clips? Huh. How about the IDSeal stories and the channels on IDSeal? Here it is right here. This is the IDSeal channels, okay? And then here's your back office. Testimonials, videos, testimonials. This is what you have at your basically beck and call, okay? So, and this is your back office. So another thing they can use too is the boom. Does anybody have this on their cell phone? Let me see if I can make this bigger for y'all. Can you see that now? This is the Equifax data breach. Now, this was a several million, I can't remember how much it was, lawsuit, and you had to apply, right? And all you did here is last name right here, and then the last 6 digits of your social. With that, they would tell you either you were not breached or you were breached. Now, when someone's breached, we're sitting down with them, and like we did this elderly couple, and they were both breached. See right there, your information's already on the dark web. So, because some people are like, how do I know my stuff's stolen? I'm like, well, here's a reason right here. And this is myidseal.com, one word, and I'll link it right to this. Okay. Should I use it? Do it. So you guys got that? myidseal.com. And you can put this as a on your cell phone and utilize it when you're talking to somebody. This is how my wife and I found out we were part of the 45 million that were breached in the Equifax data breach settlement. Had no idea. Just happy going along. Look this up. So this is a huge tool when you're out talking to people. Okay. So now, can you see the video? The screen still? Okay. Okay, I'll make it bigger. So guys, let me get my volume up here. This is a little over 3 minutes. I got a couple of videos to show you here. And I'm going to show you the format that we send out so people can actually watch. There's a few more videos, but watch all these videos. So when you're trying to get an IDSeal customer who doesn't know if they've been breached or not, Or if you do the Equifax thing and they were not breached, you still have videos. And this is beyond us, right? This is a third party. This is the news agencies. This is other people putting these videos together. So it shows how critical this is for people. So, all right, so let's do this. All right.
For weeks now, Americans have been scrambling to protect their credit reports after Equifax revealed it had been hacked. That left 143 million vulnerable to identity theft. So what happens if these get hold of your personal information? Well, Anna Werner spoke with a victim.
He said, I am the hacker that's in control of your email right now.
37-year-old IT specialist Art Damio's nightmare began when a hacker called him after breaking into his personal email.
He said, I have all of your information. I said, okay, what's my social security number?
And he said the number,
He started reading it back to me.
and he was correct.
I didn't let him finish.
Damio hung up. The high-tech intruder then called again, leaving this voicemail demanding ransom.
Hello, Daniel. Just saying you will not get your email address back. You will need to contact me and give me the amount of $300 via Bitcoin. I also have your social security number and your driving license front and back. I can basically pretend to be you right now. I am you.
I was terrified
Yeah, terrified because
there's this guy who wants to pretend to be me. That made it real.
Because next he started getting text alerts, notifying him in real time as the hacker tried to change his passwords for his eBay profile, his Amazon account, then his bank account.
And it kind of felt like I was done for. He pretty much had control of everything I do online.
He doesn't know how his information was stolen, but for criminals, it can be all too easy.
This is the place that you would go to buy that kind of information.
Cybersecurity expert Serhat Atli took us on a tour of the dark web,
But this one sells the credit card information.
where criminals sell hacked information like Damio's. Here, someone's selling 1,500 names along with social security numbers and dates of birth.
Then you can buy anything online.
On the dark web, social security numbers can go for as little as $1, a driver's license $20, a complete medical record with detailed information as much as $1,000.
how much does the Equifax hack information help these guys here?
If I have somebody's social security number, address and etc., I can obtain all these documents with all the information that was leaked from Equifax.
Is there a real potential here that somebody gets your information and turns themselves into Anna Werner 2.0?
Yes, it's not easy to prove that you are you if there's another you.
I can basically pretend to be you right now. I am you.
I was very afraid of having trouble proving who I was from there on. I felt sick to my stomach.
Damio finally regained control of his identity, but fears others won't be so lucky.
No one knows where this guy is. I mean, who knows what he's capable of?
Damio did not pay that Bitcoin ransom. He doesn't know how his information leaked out, but says he did learn from the Equifax website that he is one of the millions of victims of that hack, which he says, Anthony, is certainly suspicious timing.
Anna Werner, thanks.
Ha! Make sure I pause this. All right. Interesting. Anybody else be a little scared? This is the stuff we send out to people. This educates them. I'm not there doing these things to scare people, but to educate them so they can protect themselves, right? Here's a second video that's part of that group we send out. Can you see that, Miss Lynn?
Now to the healthcare threat you may not even be aware of. Thieves who steal your identity to leech off your health insurance. That kind of medical identity theft happens to more than 300,000 Americans each year. Bianca Rodriguez has been investigating, and Bianca, that is a stunning number, and it's growing.
It is a stunning number. It is growing, and we're thinking that it's difficult to deal with stolen credit cards. Imagine this, and here's why it is growing. A combination of tough economic times where Americans are finding it harder and harder to pay their medical bills, combined with an alarming trend of bolder and more sophisticated identity thieves outplaying the system, has medical insurance fraud a top priority for government and private healthcare officials.
Panic, like absolute panic.
Andrew Sachs vividly remembers the terrifying phone call from Child Protection Services in April of 2006.
They stated that I was under investigation because the baby I just had tested positive for methamphetamine.
No doubt she was a mother, but she hadn't given birth in over 2 years. Turns out the Salt Lake City mother of 4 was a victim of medical identity theft. An alleged drug abuser who was pregnant at the time stole Andrea's driver's license, obtained her medical records, and took on her identity, delivering the baby under Andrea's name.
I said I had not recently had a baby, that my youngest were 2 years old. I said, come meet me and you'll know that I didn't just have a baby.
But social service investigators still made her life a living hell, even interrogating her young children. Think this could never happen to you? Think again.
We have definitely seen an increase in medical identity theft over the last year.
In 2009, more than 300,000 Americans were victims of medical identity theft, according to the Federal Trade Commission. People like Joe Ryan of Denver. He received a $40,000 bill for a surgery he never had.
The hospital actually thought that I was going to make this $44,000 payment, and I was proving to them I have no scars from a surgery. And they said, no, we're going to go ahead and pursue this. And I was in disbelief. I said, are you kidding me?
And authorities say that medical identity theft is more organized and sophisticated than ever.
We have certainly heard reports of receptionists specifically being sent in by some of these identity theft rings to do nothing more than steal identities.
Joe says the hospital absorbed the loss, but his credit was ruined. Meanwhile, police arrested and charged the woman who stole Andrea's identity. But Andrea says her life has never been the same and worries that it could happen again anytime.
The hospital didn't want to help me. The police didn't want to help me. You know, you're really on your own with this.
So how can you tell if you're a victim? Well, here are some warning signs to look out for. Number 1, if you get a bill for services that you didn't receive, or a debt collector contacts you about a medical debt that you don't owe. And 2, if you file a legitimate claim, but your insurer says you're over the limit. Those are some things to pay attention to.
So those are the warning signs. What else can people do to protect themselves?
Follow all of your bills very carefully, scrutinize everything. And the number 1 tip they give is to keep a hard file of your medical records.
Okay, Bianna, that is important stuff. Thanks very much. You can get more tips on how to prevent medical identity theft at our website, abcnews.com.
Wow. Chris, you've had surgery. No, I haven't. Yes, you have. No, they pursue that. That is infuriates me. So let me show here. Hold on a sec, guys. Here, bear with me. No. All right, Miss Lynn, can you see that paper? Is that better? Yeah. Sorry. This is, and we keep this in text and in our notes. So if you guys want to take a picture and make it bigger, but these are the links we send out to people. And 2 of those videos you watched were on here. So if you guys want to take a picture of that and make it bigger, you guys got it. So, and here's the thing. Don't just send this stuff to your potential customers, but also existing IBOs, IDSeal customers. Okay? And here's something to know. Because we always want to ask for what? Referrals, right? So do's and don'ts. The one big do is ask someone, Miss Williams, can you do me a favor? Now you got IDSeal, you're protected, you're good. Can you do me a favor? Can you give me the names of 2, maybe 3 people that you know need this? Okay, that makes it specific. Because can you give me a list of people that you might know? So what happens psychologically is you start thinking of everybody you know and come up with nobody. When I ask you for 2 or 3 names, you get focused, you get narrowed down, and you are able to provide that. So that's huge, huge, huge. All right. So let's see, any new hacks you learn about also can be another way to stay in contact with potential customers. So here's what Rose did. So anytime it's like, you'll see Facebook was it Facebook? Facebook was just recently hacked again, right? So she'll send the clip, not just, hey, Facebook got hacked. She'll actually send the clip to the people. So when they get it, they actually have the information from the reporting agency, okay? So that's huge. And then when signing up any new IDSeal customers, educate them, because they like, okay, this couple is like, oh, so they're going to take care of all my credit cards. They're going to take care of all my accounts. But no, so this is where you guys come in and educate them. This is why it's so good. It's like, no, your bank is responsible for your credit card. Your bank is responsible for your checking account, your savings account. Your bank is, okay? Let them know. They're the ones that will reimburse you, okay? So any new accounts now, and Rose and I dealt with this because we're just going through looking at refinancing the house. I'm going to tell you what, our IDSeal for the past, 4 or 5 days is lit up like a Christmas tree. I'm like, this is cool. So no one's able to open up any accounts, new accounts, without me knowing about it. Now, because it was us, it's let it go. But if it wasn't us, it tells you contact us if this is not you. But that's security. It's like, I even did a gas card. I don't carry cash, and I always pay the credit card price. I'm like, that's it. Getting a card, I'll just pay it every month. So that's what I do. Someone checked your credit. Someone's opening up a new account. The account's been open. I mean, I had like 3 or 4 different alerts all the way through the process. So I knew I got the credit card for my gas card before I got it in the mail. Because that's the only way you know. You either get the letter you didn't get or you get the card. But because my IDSeal account's been opened with Chevron. So I knew it. So I'm telling you guys, it is good stuff. So, but let them know. So now, when your credit card's hacked, your bank account, because people pay insurance for that. So that's just more information that you have with you to let people know. And I'll tell you what, the more you can give them, and it might take 2 or 3 calls or a sit down for coffee, the more secure they feel and the more they trust you. And that's huge. Okay. And look, this is what, and Rose is really good about it, because this is what she always says. There is no way any identity theft protection company can guarantee 100% protection. That's why we have $1 million protection, just in case something does slip by. But she lets them know. Everyone thinks they got something that's perfect. Let your people know. Okay, so this is her cheat sheet, and this is what we send them. You just click on and go. There's a senior citizens targeted in Illinois. So it's everything. So, all right, let me get this back down here. Watch the videos. So here's what Rose made. Now, and you guys want to know why I call her my queen or the queen. Can you see this, Miss Lynn? Okay. Love that smile. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So when anybody, okay, I have an iPhone. This is what my iPhone looks like when I log on. This is actually Rose's iPhone. Okay, you guys got it? So this is what it looks like. Now, here's what's crazy. If you got an Android, it looks the same. So these are all her alerts. You got it? These are all her alerts. And these stay here. See this right here? This one right here, sex offender monitoring. We had someone move in within like 3 miles of our house. Okay? But unless you delete these stay here. Got it? You come on down here. Here's where your message will be. So you click on that. And this is what she made this so when people are new to this, she can have something to give them. Okay. And here's your account. So if you want to add bank cards, change your credit card information. Huh? Oh, okay. Here, I'm in trouble here. So here's the account where you would go to change and update your email, change your password, your address, and update your credit card info right here with the account. Got it? Messages. Now, more is a thing that will kind of confuse some people, right? Don't worry. Because when you hit more, here's what comes up. So what Rose did, this is what it'll look like. You see these numbers, red numbers? Those are what she put in. Those are not there, okay? And I'm going to show you why. So here's your credit card, your credit center, now, yeah, this is the app. Once you open the app and you push the button more, right here, from your phone, your smartphone, This is what it'll look like. Your identity protection, okay? Financial takeover, all that. Sex offender monitoring, okay? Goes all the way down to here. So this is what happens when you push more. This is what you will see. Got it? All right. So here's what she did. Here's Lost Wallet Service. There's more. Education Center, 15. So here's what she did. IDSeal, and she puts this number. This is what she provides. Here's the number. She says, put it in your phone so you always have it. Has all this in the IDSeal.com to access members online if you need to chat. Okay, it's all there. But here's what it does. Number one. Remember it said number one way up here on top? This is what number one is. Credit card monitoring and reporting. So now they have a quick reference. What is number one? They can go to the back and look. Credit card monitors your credit file and alerts. It alerts you of any new activity like credit inquiries, delinquencies, bankruptcies, or any new loans appear on your credit report. Also, where you can pull a free credit report and you get 2 a year. That's about every 6 months. Okay. Just to let you know. So, what's number two? Credit score updates. This is educating you guys. This is what educated us. So when we go sit down with someone for identity theft protection, we have the information. Now, Ms. Williams gets identity theft protection. We can hand her this paper that's got all this listed on it. How much more secure does she feel? Everything's explained. Plus, they have our number. Call us. You need anything, call us. So credit score updates. This tool plots credit scores associated with credit reports you've received on a graph and then charts your Experian credit score month over month so that you can easily see trends over time. Number three, score simulator. It actually simulate your score. These right here, you actually tells you what to do. If you want your credit score to go up, do ABC. Keep paying your credit, your debtors for the next 6 months, and it'll go up 6 points or 5, whatever it says. So if you miss it, and it'll tell you how much it'll go down. So it tells you, it keeps you appraised of everything. Number four, change of address monitoring. So these guys will change your address so you don't get the bill of the new accounts that they opened up. You get that? All right. Court monitoring, court records. Booking, monitoring, tracks arrests, agencies, and municipal court systems against the personal information you provided. So it has all that. Digital spy monitors thousands of websites, chat rooms, forums. Okay. This is where you can add and update any personal information. Digital spy, but you've got it in writing. Don't forget, this is where you add your credit cards. All right. That's where I add Rose's credit card so I know when she's going cray-cray. Down when there's a sale at the store. Number 7, financial account takeover. There it is. So this is what we've done, and we hand to people who get identity theft protection. All right. Social security number trace, social networking. So we've gone all the way through in Lost Wallet, Education Center. We've gone all the way through and done all that. So the other thing, and I miss it, is on here is social media. Is it down? Oh, one sec. I'm going down. Oh, here it is. Number 11, social network monitoring. See, be sure that you link them to that. So what happened was, and so if you get on most people, you get on your phone and you push Facebook, it automatically opens up, correct? If that happens and you're putting down the app on the phone and you go to get IDSeal, it'll link up. If you're set up to where every time you go into social media, you add your email and your password every time, then that's gonna ask you to log in right there. Okay, that's just information. Some people don't know, and I didn't know. So until it happened to me. So and then I figured out what it was doing that. So all right, so that's everything, guys. That's all. So this is what we provide to the people. Let's see, is that so? Now here's some of the scripts we have. If some of you guys want to take a picture of this, and then I say blow it up and send out. But it's super simple. Are you able to talk right now? It just is the same scripts we use, but we just add a little bit different. If they say, yeah, what's up? Right? Pick up the phone and call them. See, my friends would tell me they don't got time to call. I pick up the phone and call them anyway because I know they're lying. But those are my friends. How you doing right now? I might need a favor, but how have you been? Catch up, spend some time. Don't just the basics, okay? Now, the reason why I reached out to you is because I work with a cybersecurity company. I'm a few services away from promoting, and you can make this your own, but still keep the basics. So they ask, you ask, would you help me out by trying an identity theft protection service I offer with my company and give me feedback on the service? Now you're asking for some feedback. So now it's giving them a responsibility. Okay. It's only 28 bucks and I'm sure you will love it. You can try it out for a couple of months. And if you absolutely love it, feel free to keep it. You can also state you need some feedback and stories from a few of your friends. Okay. This is powerful. Okay. So if you have any questions, if they have questions, it's like, all right, dude, you heard of LifeLock? You seen the commercial? Oh yeah, most people have. It's a service similar to that, but much better. Okay. Would you help me out and try it out for a couple of months and give me your feedback? Will you do that for me? You're asking for the favor, both for the service and for feedback. Okay. And if still unsure, I'm even willing to cover your first month. You don't have to do this, but it's optional. Okay. This really means a lot to me. Can you help me out? I'll be willing to give you 20 bucks to help it out. That's whatever you do. Right?
Chris, I have a question. This is Celia.
Oh, hey, Celia. Can you hear me?
No, I didn't hear you.
Oh, no, I said, what's your question?
So on that one that you'll give them a month free, or, do you do it after they do the third month, or how do you do that?
It's up to you. It's up to you. We'll usually,
I mean,
pay it up front. And I said, look, if you're gonna pay it up front, I need your feedback.
Okay.
But this is optional. This is just ideas, thinking outside the box. If that makes sense. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
So if someone can do this, fine. If someone can't do it, don't even think about it. Throw it away. Okay. So, and if they still won't do it, here, would you be open to help me out with one of my other services I offer? TV, internet, home security, energy. Would you be willing to try one of these services for me? So if that fails there, go a different route, because for those, there's really not an upfront cost. They're already paying for TV. A lot of people, 85% of people don't have identity theft protection. So if still won't support you, I said delete them off the phone, but Rose got mad at me. So we agreed to go with, okay, thank you anyway. This is where you got to be sensible. I'm trying to delete them and she's being sensible. Since you weren't able to help, could you do me a favor and give me at least the names of at least 2 to 3 people you'd be willing to help me and grow my business? And this is where you share your why. And I know it's hard. It was hard for me. I know it's hard for others, but share your why here. I'm going to give you an example. Like for me, look, my mom had a stroke and they're struggling to provide for themselves because of medical bills. I got 2 kids who have Lyme disease. So there's going to be issues down the road. If I don't do something today and you can help me out, I'm going to be in big trouble. Okay, so share your why. And then my wife wants a brand new Mercedes. That's not a why. So just being upfront with you guys. I know it kind of sounds funny, but some of the answers I hear sometimes, I'm just like, go Lord. So, and if they say yes, thanks for the support. I'll send you the link where you can sign up. So we send the link, and with our website. So as soon as they hit the link, it takes them right to IDSeal. Okay, make it simple. Here's a text right here. You can see this. Here's the link. Choose Platinum 1 Adult, get protected. Choose either monthly, quarterly. Your option is at the top of the page. The plan you choose will be highlighted in blue. Fill out your information, write down your password. After you're done, click the blue button, seal the deal. You will see a message, thank you, your account is being created. Scroll to the bottom and click the blue button. This is why we like sitting with people and going through them on a Zoom to make sure this gets done. I can't tell you how many people don't seal the deal or complete this, okay? Scroll to the bottom, click the blue button, continue enrollment. After your email address and the password you set up, and enter the email and password you set up for yourself and continue to enter your information and answer the questions to verify yourself. Huge. The more information you enter, the more you will be protected. See, when you tell something like that, they're getting identity theft protected. So the more you put in, the more protection you're going to have. Okay, so please let me know when you're done. And again, thank you so much for your support. Include the link where the plan options begin. And that's where the link comes. Okay, send it out. All right. Oh, so this is what we send out, this here, so they get that and they can actually read step by step all the way through. Does that make sense? That's basically all we have, but I have one more bit of information you guys need to know. Two.
One more is about people who don't have any credit at all.
Oh, that's right. Is that on here?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so has anybody ever got anybody that was denied IDSeal? Had problems, couldn't get it, something's wrong, what's going on? Well, here in the Valley, we have a lot of Mexicans. Not a bad thing. Okay. So I met my wife. Just kidding. So what happens is the Mexicans, right, like to pay cash. They don't have a bank. They don't have credit cards. They don't have, a lot of them don't have any of that. They pay cash for flipping everything. They have nothing to protect. Some of them don't even have a social security number. So you might run into issues there. The thing that you can do is get them to set up a bank account. 6 months. And then try again. They got to have some credit. They got to have something established. This is where they can qualify. Someone have a question?
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I didn't know that you could hear me. The question that the question that I have is, you gave a website that you can go to check to see if your identity has been compromised, and I didn't get that, and I wanted to know if you could repeat it.
Okay, it's myidseal.com. One word. Here, let me do this, young lady. Let me put it in. Let me try that.
In the chat already.
Oh, is it in the chat?
Yep.
Yeah, Miss Lynn put it in.
All right. Well, thank you. I have it now. Thank you.
Awesome. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Chris, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
I signed up someone the other day. He had just opened up a bank checking account because he always uses Venmo. So I told him he had to put more money in his bank account and take out some of the money out of his Venmo. And so when you just said that, I'm thinking, is it going to go through?
You might have some issues unless he puts the Venmo in there as an account that's being watched over.
Well, we tried the Venmo and it didn't work because it says they don't accept, what was it?
Has he had the bank account for 6 months?
No, he just opened.
Any credit cards, anything?
Nothing.
Car loan, yeah, see, that's one of the issues here. So you might have to wait 6 months and just have him put a little bit of money into that checking account.
Yeah, he had just opened the checking account like 2 weeks ago. Yeah. And he didn't have enough money in there. But he had a lot of money in his Venmo. So I told him, you got to put money in your established bank, you know, real bank Visa card,
Yeah.
checking account, and so that we could do this. And
Yeah, they just don't have any credit established.
no, he doesn't. He's curious to see what is going to pop up because
there's nothing to monitor. Now he might have, but he's got to get to establish that credit so they can have something to monitor, and then they'll be able to look into his history.
yeah, because he's been staying with friends, people, relatives. Now he wants to get his own place.
Yeah.
He's always paid cash.
Now, the one other possibility is someone else could be using his information, so he could get it.
Yeah, that's why he wants to find out what's going on with him.
We had a young lady, and she was asked, because she knows we do identity theft protection, like, why is my credit score going down? And I'm like, I don't know. The idea is let's get you IDSeal, find out what's going on. And she found out they had 3 or 4 accounts. Oh, wait, she's like, wait, I don't have a Macy's credit card.
Yeah.
So she found out why her credit score was going down. So I have an 800 credit score and it's going down. And so for Miss Diane Collins, 800 is pretty good over here. That's like top notch.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it kept going down because what they did over time, they limited out the accounts, right? Once the accounts were at peak, can't do no more, they quit making payments.
Mm.
Then 30 days, 30 days. Why is my credit score going up? And that's why. So just FYI. So hopefully, that's going to be a test market there for us all, Ms. Luann. So thank you. So
Chris, I have a question.
Mr. King. Oh,
yeah,
go
hold
ahead.
on. Someone else had one.
This is Mary.
Oh, hey, Mary.
Okay, what happened with me with mine, they had an established bank account and they didn't go through. So I was thinking if they get a credit report, would help to see what other credits they have, because they just didn't pass and they go, well, they don't got enough credit and they bought a vehicle. So I don't know what the issue is. I've had 2 or 3 that's happened to them. They have a bank account, they have a social security, and they're farm workers, and they had vehicles. So I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of them pay cash for their credit cards here in the Valley. And then, so if they've got a bank account, open up a credit card, even though you don't use it or use it. That's how you use it. You establish your credit. So buy something, pay it off at the end of the month. Buy it, that way you don't get, because they're always worried about the interest. Buy it
right
in each month, and they'll start using it. Now they've got active credit going. So
okay.
That's credit card.
And do you think that it would be good to get, like they get the credit report free twice a year or 2 a year?
You can.
That way they know what's on there. I
Yeah,
mean,
here it's freecreditreport.com. Just that's something you could do as a service to help them out, and they're going to remember.
Okay, thank you.
Them out. So, yes, ma'am. All right, Mr. Payan.
Thank you, Mr. Rey or King, right? Hey, I just want to tell everybody, for example, Akiko was able to get it because she's a Japanese citizen, but she lived in the States in the early 2000s for 4 years when she went to college. So even people that don't live in the States, if they, had a little bit of a credit record, and of course she's married to me and I'm an American citizen, but yeah, she was able to get it. I'm trying to get her sister who also lived in the States, but she won't do it. So look for those people that live abroad that, lived in the States and had a little bit of a credit report. They can support you. That's all. Thank you very much.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And yeah, it's not really Rey, it's El Guapo.
El Rico Suave. There you go.
Sí, Simon. Miss Lynn, did you have another question?
Okay, yes. My question is how you and Lady Rose use the use the videos? How are you, is it during your peak? Is it, you go back to them and say, hey, look at these now? How are you integrating a system of using the videos or some language we can use to make sure we get it right like you guys are doing?
Right, well, when we send them more information. So and Rose will ask, can we send you some more information? And usually people are pretty good. Like, yeah, you can send me more information. I got a video for you to watch. Check this video out.
Okay.
So, yeah, she says it's non-committal.
Okay. So it's just basically more information. It's not really, when you said go back to the IBOs, existing IBOs or customers, I'm just sending you more information basically, correct?
Yeah, so people, when they see it and they're kind of on the fence. Yeah.
Okay.
And they're potential IDSeal customers. So you, Chris, so what do you think? You know, the IDSeal, man, you saw you were, and we've done it. You saw your information was breached on Equifax. Like, yeah, but I don't know, babe, what are you thinking? Like, well, you know, I don't know. We haven't had any problems before. And if you have sold IDSeal, you freaking heard all that crap, right?
Yes.
And they're on the fence. So Rose like, well, can we send you, and because she's good at this, can I send you some more information? Oh yeah, I'd love him, information. So that's when she'll send it, and she'll send, and it's like, I feel sorry for them because they're getting nuked because she's gonna she's gonna give them that whole list, and if they even watch a couple of those videos, they're like, oh crap.
I'll share an email.
So, oh, okay.
I have another comment.
Just
It's
one more.
Mary.
Just one more. Just kidding.
No, and this lady, she's my IBO, and she was trying to get identity protection, and she got hacked. She couldn't get it. She got hacked on her checking account, well, her savings account. She got hacked 3 months after being in the business.
Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah. So the thing is,
you would
the
have got
bank.
3 months earlier, what would have happened?
No, I know. The bank froze it, and so they stopped. They issued her a new card,
Right.
but the bank caught it.
If you're going through a hacking right now and it's fresh, then there are issues. So there's stuff that happens that's kind of out of our control.
Yeah.
But I got another email we got here. This is mine. This is.
Oh, where's the one I sent to, what's his name? Young, is that him? Young McDonald?
Yes, I think so.
No.
Oh, no. So yeah, sometimes that stuff happens, Mary, and sometimes it's still a learning experience, because we got a guy the other day that tried to run a credit report and it didn't go through. It said, you have to wait. And he had never opened up a credit report. So we've never had that problem. So he had to contact IDSeal. And I made the phone call and then told him, I'm going to make the phone call. And when they get on and I get an operator, I'm going to three-way you in. So I stayed and left all the information. And
That's what I said when they were on the fence.
okay, I'm sorry. Rose was talking. What was I saying? I can't. Sorry about that.
The young man, you stayed on the line and you were talking.
Oh, so okay. So I stayed on the line, got IDSeal on the call, says, hey boss, can you hold on? I got a guy waiting to talk to you. He's my customer, so I'm doing this for him. Oh yeah, hey, no problem. Boom. George, boom. Sir, oh, there you go, George. He's all yours. Because he works and he was watching his kid. His kid was sick. So little things like that you do for your customers, because I had to get IDSeal on, and IDSeal says, well, no, we don't show you pulling a credit report, but that's what it says. So we had to go all new area, never happened before. We're still working on that, and IDSeal already told him we're going to fix it. So we're waiting for the outcome, and it's been probably 4 or 5 days. So we're going to run into things, but sharing, right, with each other and putting that out there is where people learn. So wait a minute, this happened to Chris. He said, okay, boom. Well, I remember Mary said something. So yeah, we got to share that stuff and be open about that when things happen. I mean, sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. So no, okay, let me do this one more time, guys, here. And I'm going to share my screen. So this is when they were on the fence, all right? Can I make this big? It's not showing that I can make this big. Can you guys see this? Yeah, I can't make this big at all. So I'm going to read it. So this is Daryl and Norma. We're on the fence. It says, hope you're having a great week. I know you both are still deciding on identity theft protection, and we are here to help with any questions. I think the question you need to ask yourself is, how important is it to protect your personal information, which includes your SSN, email address, credit cards, medical information, passports, driver license, etc. Currently, 1 out of 3 people are having their information exposed or stolen. Our company is here to make sure that doesn't happen, and if it does, to make sure you're insured and protected. We cannot express how the need, however, we cannot express enough the need. However, we understand the importance of budgeting, because they're saying this might be a budget issue. We would just hate to see something happen and at this point, you may end up spending thousands of and countless hours to get your information fixed without any support. We have met countless people who this has already happened to, and we certainly don't want this to be you. If we were exposed, and my brother, again, it's not a matter of if, but when. Here's a few other clips. So here's where she sent the clips, and she just talked about the 47 million people, 143 million with the Equifax exposure. Okay, so blessings, Chris and Rose. So this is all we did. We sent this to them because they were on the fence. Does it make sense? Just let them know. I'm trying to get you hooked up, so I don't want anything to happen to you. It wasn't a hard sale. It was just the truth. And we sealed the deal. See this right here? We see the deal with stories. Facts tell, the stories sell. Okay? So, I know, dang, I got you guys for an hour. Sorry about that, guys. So, let me stop sharing. So now, I'm going to give you some of the most important information of tonight. This is the important stuff. This is the stuff that was cooking in the pan. So, did you know that if you're between 20 and 30 years old, most people get life insurance, right? When I got my life insurance, it was cheaper. Everybody should have it, but not everybody does, right? Most people should get it. It's cheaper, right? And usually they get term, so they'll get it to like 30 year, 25 years or whatever, right? That's how they do life insurance here. So here's what's crazy. Did you know you have a better chance of getting hacked in your lifetime before the age of 65 than you do of your life insurance policy paying out? You got a better chance of getting hacked than you do of dying. With a 30-year plan when you're 20s to 30, 20 years of age. Isn't that crazy? So now you tell your young people, hey, stats show that you'll be hacked before you die. So now you guys got the information. Any other quick questions before we go? Who feels that they're better equipped with the identity theft protection now? Cool. Points are going to go through the roof. Bonus money coming. Keep track of that bonus money too when you're new IBOs. You get them 3 services. It's like, hey, 2 more services, you get $200. They're a little more eager to work with you. What? Just 2? Isn't that crazy? So just FYI, you guys go out tomorrow morning. Who's on tomorrow mornings now? I got to put the post up. Miss Jocelyn Driscoll tomorrow. So it's going to be a good one. She's going to be bringing the fire. So you guys, if you have any questions, let us know. Don't be afraid. Now, guys, look, this is stuff that we had to figure out through the course of time, right? If you're close, we can get information to you, email or whatever, reach out to me. But here's the thing. Just do it. Just do it. You can't mess it up as long as you're with the intent of helping somebody. You can't mess any of that up if you're helping somebody. You might screw it up, but they're going to be cool with it because you're trying to help them. Does that make sense? Don't think about it, just do it. Like Dan Pena says, dumb yourself down and just do it. He throws in a few other key words, but I won't use them here. He's a little vicious, but it's truth. It really is. So you guys, God bless.